Gardening is not actually expensive. The only reason why your garden costs so much is because you wanted it to cost so much. This is Hot Takes from the Garden. Let's get into it. I hear this statement all the time, and it honestly kind of drives me nuts because I'm the type of person, I like to be as positive as possible. Now, I realize the oxymoron of creating a Hot Takes video talking about complainers. I get the humor in that, but I do think it's something that needs to be talked about because I hear gardeners all the time saying, I wish my garden wasn't so expensive, or I would double the size of my garden if it didn't cost me so much. And, and it really is just this baseless argument or baseless allegation that gardening is expensive. And I just have to come out and say it, that the only reason your gardening is costing you so much is because you want it to. Because really when it comes down to it, we have a couple different things that we look at. We look at the garden bed itself. So many of you want to line your garden beds with gold because you think that it's going to last longer or look prettier or more aesthetic. If your objective is to cut cost, no one is telling you you have to go with a metal raised bed. No one is telling you you even have to have a raised bed at all. Our garden bed that we have over there for our giving garden was done in ground, quite literally using the soil that we had and some compost we brought in, worked it up, called it good. Cost absolutely nothing. And so you don't need to have a raised bed. You just want a raised bed. Now, there are benefits to having a raised bed, but if you put in the work to an in-ground garden, you can have a fantastic garden for a fraction of the cost. It really comes down to aesthetic. And a lot of people just have a hard time wrapping their mind around the fact that they're getting in their own way. You're literally getting in your own way of having an inexpensive garden because you're prioritizing aesthetic over cost. And that's just really the truth about it. You have to put Pinterest away for a second and realize that if your priority is to save money, sometimes you have to take a back seat to what you might want. The next reason your garden costs so much has to do with what you're filling it with. Now, I get that some people don't have the luxury of making their own compost at their house. I get that some people might not have a compost facility close by. I understand that. So the cost of your raised bed really does go up with what you fill it with. And I'm not speaking directly to the people that don't have an option. I mean, if you live in the inner city, if you're living in like Chicago, like Cindy, my wife, Mrs. MIgardener, when she first started out gardening, she didn't have any option other than to go to a big box store, buy bags of compost, and fill her raised beds up with them. And that obviously is a lot more expensive than just going to a compost facility or making your own compost for free. Absolutely. 100% it's going to be more expensive. I'm talking to the people that have the choice, or have the choice but have not actually done any research about other alternatives. People that have written off that their only choice is to go to a big box store. Just by default, they sell soil, so therefore that's where my garden is coming from. You haven't even done the research of, is there a compost facility close by? Is it even, what if it's 20 miles away? Are you willing to drive 20 miles to essentially cut the cost of your garden by 50 to 60%? I mean, if it were me, and again, cost was the key deciding factor, I would drive 50 miles. I would rent a dump trailer. I would see if I had a friend that had a truck. We have a truck, but if I just had a hatchback, I would see if I could rent a truck, rent a trailer, do something, because the cost, if you have a large enough garden, one raised bed, I might not travel 50 miles to fill up one raised bed, because then the gas cost and the time and the stuff like that would probably cost more. But if I've got 5 or 10 raised beds, there's no way I'm filling them with soil from the garden. That will be my last resort. But I often think that out of convenience, we as gardeners, we prioritize convenience over cost savings. And then we cry about it when our garden ends up costing $300 when it could have cost $50. You did it to yourself. You didn't want to look at the other options. You didn't even care to do the research. And you just instead said, big box store, bagged soil. Oh, my garden costs so much. Just do an ounce of research and you'll find there's probably a compost facility around the area, or get on Facebook Marketplace, see if someone's got some horse manure they're breaking down, or decomposed cow manure. You can find so many resources available to you that don't have to come from a big box store, from a national chain that's shipped them halfway around the country, and end up, charging you an arm and a leg for crappy soil. You can get good quality options. You absolutely can find something within a 50-mile radius if you really need to. And I bet you could find something within a 20-mile radius if you were, if I was a betting man and you're really looking, you could probably find something in a 20-mile radius. It just comes down to how much work are you willing to put in to save the money. A lot of people just aren't willing to do it. And one last point to kind of add on to what I was just talking about comes down to how much soil you actually really need to have a garden. I see oftentimes people, they take these really deep raised beds that are like 24 inches deep, and they fill them right to the brim with soil. Your plants don't need 24 inches of soil. They barely need 12. If you're growing a tomato, you might be using about 12 inches of soil. That's why a lot of our raised beds we recommend being around 12 inches. But I've grown tomatoes in far less than that. I've grown tomatoes perfectly fine in 8 to 10 inches of soil. Your tomatoes don't need 24 inches of soil. You're basically filling 2 raised beds for you're spending the cost of filling 2 raised beds for the equivalent of 1 raised bed. It's absolutely nonsense. I understand that if you are older and you have a bad back, that that elevating the raised bed can certainly help. But no one said you had to fill it with soil. You don't have to fill it with soil. You could take logs, you could take sticks, you could take broken down leaves, you could take so many things and fill the bottom of your raised bed up, and then just put soil on top of that. You don't have to fill such a deep raised bed up. And going back to my first point, you don't even need a raised bed at all. Again, you can just take the soil, if it's good enough, you can work it up, apply a little bit of compost on top. And there's been several studies that have been done. Michigan State did a study on this, I think about 5 or 6 years ago, to look back at my notes. But one thing that kind of came across my radar was they did a study that said just how much soil is actually required to be remineralized and amended in order to have fertility to grow crops. And what they found is that only about 10% of the soil, the growable soil, actually had to be amended. Meaning you could take a bed that's 90% garbage and decent texture, just not a lot of fertility, right? If it's just clay, that's a different story. But all you really need to do is amend roughly 10% of that, of what your plant is going to be growing in, with high quality compost, rich, fertile soil. And the plants are going to be totally fine in that. 10% is really, that's kind of the minimum that you need. So you don't need to, we don't need to talk about having a huge raised bed and 24 inches deep and amending it all the time. That gets expensive. You're doing that because of a lack of awareness, a lack of knowledge, right? I can chalk that one up to ignorance, right? We don't always know what our plants need. We think that they're going to need that. That's entirely fine. But now that you know that you don't need that deep of a raised bed, and you can fill it only up halfway with soil and the rest with sticks and other stuff that's going to break down slowly over time, you're doing it to yourself if you choose to take this information and ignore it and then cry about your garden being expensive later. Another reason why your garden is so expensive is because you're starting from starts, not from seed. No kidding. You're going to go to the same big box store you spent $300 on soil, and you're going to go to their live plant section. You're going to spend $5 on a pepper plant. You're going to spend $5 on a tomato plant. You're going to spend $5 on 4 lettuce plants. You're going to spend $5 on a single zucchini plant. You're going to fill up the whole raised bed. And you're going to say, yeah, my soil cost me $300. My plants cost me another $60. There's no way that I'm ever going to have a return on my investment. You're right there. You're right there, because you could have taken that money, gone to a farmer's market, supported a local farmer, and for half the cost gotten the same yield for $5. The only thing remotely okay would have been the tomato, and I think you still could have saved a ton of money by starting from seed, even with tomatoes. A little bit of know-how. We got tons of videos on how to start from seed. You can't say, oh, I don't know how to do it, so therefore I'm just starting from seed. There's enough videos out there that, again, it really just comes down to the fact that your garden is costing so much because, again, convenience. You're having someone else grow the plants for you. You're having someone else ship the plants halfway across the country for you, just so you can basically go to the store, not have to have any really big input or know-how or anything like that. You can go to the store, pick it up, pay an arm and a leg, put it in your garden. But I don't want to hear about your garden being expensive. No one wants to hear about your garden being expensive, because the reality is, if you would have started from seed, you could have gotten a pack of seeds from $2 at MIgardener.com, or even $4 from some of the other places online. $4, and you still get 20 to 30 seeds. Each one of those is going to grow a plant. You're going to have 20 tomato plants for $2 or one plant for $5. It just makes absolutely no sense. Lettuce, take a peck of lettuce, throw the lettuce in the ground. We have tons of videos on how it just takes barely any effort at all to grow lettuce. To throw it in the ground, have some good fertile soil, and it's going to grow for you. You can get 1,000 lettuce seeds for $2 or 4 plants for $5. Yeah, your garden's costing a lot. Again, you're paying for convenience. I don't want to hear about you whining about it, because honestly, there's so many things that you could do to change the cost of your garden. You're just choosing not to. And the final reason your garden is costing so much is because you're buying a bunch of junk you don't even really need. I pride myself in being on social media as a source of information. And when I'm on social media, doing social media things, I'm thrown ads from every angle of gardening. And 90% of the stuff is absolute garbage that you never would need. It's going to break in a month, or it's just going to add to cost, and it's going to end up on a shelf in your garage or in your garden shed doing absolutely nothing. It is so astounding to me, all these stupid gardening gadgets that people sell you that they claim you need are going to change your life, are going to be the end-all, be-all, or there's some kitschy little product that just tugs at your heartstrings and you think you need, and you just get FOMO'd into buying this thing that's going to end up in a garage sale for a nickel. It's absolutely ridiculous to me, all of the gardening junk that's out there that is just worthless. There are things that you can buy that can dramatically change just, how well you garden or how easy it is to garden. Prime example, I was marketed this garden stool. It was a bench. It was a cushioned bench that folds out, and it was $82. $82. Okay, all it is a garden bench, and it had a little cute pocket for you to store your gardening tools. I'll tell you what, I don't bring many gardening tools out into the garden. You see me, I've been weeding my garden. I've got a few more beds I got to finish up, just spot weeding this grass that's popping up. Hand, tool. Could I use a little shovel? Absolutely. A shovel. Get yourself a good quality gardening shovel. Get yourself a 5-gallon bucket. I mean, you can call me cheap all you want, but at the end of the day, that 5-gallon bucket was free. I got it from our local bakery. I got a 5-gallon bucket from Tractor Supply. They had like a promo. You bought something, you got a 5-gallon bucket. Anywhere I can get a free 5-gallon bucket, those are like gold to me. I store stuff in them. I use them to sit on. They're indispensable. You can get them for free. A 5-gallon bucket is just as effective as a gardening stool. And sure, there's no pocket where you can stick your little cute stuff in. You're not gonna look pretty doing a little Instagram story. Oh my gosh, look at my garden. You're not gonna do that with a 5-gallon bucket. But again, is it aesthetic? Is it functionality? Your butt's sitting on it. It's a 5-gallon bucket. The lawn aeration shoes, what a joke. Come on. No one's, you're going to use them for 5 seconds, realize how stupid it was. You're going to say, boy, I wish I would have bought that. Buyer's remorse kicks in, but they already took the money and they're laughing their way to the bank. And your garden is getting progressively more expensive, but you're not learning from your mistakes. Temu can stay Temu. Keep the junk with the junk. Your garden does not have to cost a lot. You're just getting fooled into thinking you need something because you don't have good control over your money. This does not need to be a personal finance video. I'm just simply saying that a lot of these people that complain about their gardening costing so much, they're also complaining about money because they don't know how to handle that. Money leaves their hands faster than water running through a leaky sieve or like a leaky bucket. It's like it just runs through, and then they complain about why there's no water in their bucket or why there's no money in their account. and their garden ends up costing thousands of dollars when it really could have cost just a couple $100, you know? And I'm not saying that your garden shouldn't cost anything. I think gardening does cost something, but it should always, in the long run, return you more than you put in. And a final example here is my garden right here. So each one of these raised beds we bought. We bought them, we paid for them with our own money. We've got probably about $1,500 in raised beds here. So $1,500 in raised beds. That's expensive for some people. You don't need to have all 15 raised beds all at once. You can do 2 at a time, 4 at a time, whatever you feel comfortable with, right? We're budgeting for the fact that these are gonna last us these are meant to build, they're meant to last for life. That was our choice, it was our aesthetic. We didn't need to. We could have gone with an all in-ground raised bed if we wanted to. It was our choice. But we got the soil from a local compost facility. Basically, one huge load costs about $200. Filled all of our raised beds, and some still sitting. We make compost on site to top off the beds when our compost is gone. We use a very inexpensive all-purpose fertilizer. We use Trifecta Plus. That's what we fertilize our plants with. We start 99% of our stuff from seed. Don't have a bunch of gardening tools, except for what I really need. And I grow in one season. My garden will grow $2,000 worth of vegetables, and the whole garden itself costs $1,500 in one season. Your garden does not have to cost you a ton, and you're really just doing it to yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you all learned something new. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you felt at all targeted through this video, don't feel like I'm targeting you. I just want you to know that there are better options out there. There are options that you can control, that you can lower the cost of your garden, and you can garden more inexpensively, garden happier, have more fun, and use that money for other parts of your life that don't need to be one thing. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you all learned something new. Don't take it too personal, but I really have enjoyed this series, and I know a lot of you have also enjoyed this series. So let me know in the comments box below some other hot takes you'd like to see, and we'll catch you all on the next episode. As always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel. Grow bigger. See ya. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care. Bye.